Every journey begins where the fruit still breathe on the tree.
The first decision is always the most important. What to take and what to leave.
Here, every crate becomes a promise of what's coming next.
Before machines ever touch them, human eyes set the standard.
From soil to system, the fruit must move fast and carefully.
This is logistics at its simplest: weight, balance, and trust.
Even in the field, small details protect the final flavor.
Traceability begins long before processing.
Every kilogram is accounted for because waste is expensive.
The line between farm and factory is measured in minutes. If the load shifts, the story changes, so it must hold.
The halves.
Now the fruit leaves nature, heading into precision. Where orchards end, infrastructure begins. And just like that, the raw fruit enters the world of machines. In a factory, the first handshake is steel meeting steel.
Every load arrives with a history, traceable, measurable, accountable.
The harvest now moves by hydraulics and careful hands.
A single lift can protect or ruin an entire batch. The factory's arteries begin here, moving fruit toward process.
Good batch. Check corner.
Even the best harvest carries imperfections, and the factory must catch them. Before the belt starts, the load must breathe and settle.
Temperature tells the truth before taste ever can. Before taste ever can.
A few seconds of testing can save hours of processing.
Approval is the gate that opens the next chapter.
The first wash begins the factory's cleaning process. Now the fruit stops being harvested and becomes material.
Nothing here is ignored. Not then what gets thrown away.
Clean hands, clean boots, clean process. From this point on, every step is engineered, down to the second.
The factory doesn't rush, it activates.
With one touch, raw fruit enters controlled water and steel. Behind these walls, agriculture becomes industry.
Delivery cleared.
Flow begins at the gate. Every entry is controlled.
Every day is measured. Every batch has a number.
Protection isn't optional, it's part of the system.
Cleanliness here is mechanical discipline.
Step inside,
and the factory breathes around you.
This is a map of trends.
The first wash strips away the field, leaving only fruit.
Even water is managed, clean, reused, controlled.
The facility is divided into zones, each one more precise than the last.
Before the next step, rhythm must be perfect.
Now the fruit meets hands again. One final humol filter.
In a world of machines, the human eye still sets the tone.
Once graded, the fruit joins a river of controlled motion.
The factory isn't harsh, it's honest.
Waste isn't ignored, it becomes data.
Point 5. Even imperfect fruit can be guided if you understand it.
Cleaning here is engineered contact, gentle, consistent, precise.
Water becomes the factory's second set of hands.
In modern plants, safety is scanned again and again.
Before slicing, the skin must be dry, so the cut stays clean. Only the best fruit moves forward, because the next cut is irreversible. Now the pace changes. The factory is preparing to transform. The outer layer is removed, revealing the sweetness inside. Byproduct becomes resource. Nothing is left unmanaged.
Automation doesn't replace humans, it extends their sight.
Clean again, because precision demands purity. The moment of transformation is always a blade's width away. A single cut turns fruit into product.
Before drying, the surface must be uniform, so moisture leaves evenly.
Chemistry protects color, so the final slice looks as good as it tastes.
Every drop that returns is efficiency regained.
Some energy is ancient, sunlight, harnessed by design.
The next stage isn't about motion, it's about controlled heat. Inside this chamber, moisture becomes the enemy, and heat becomes the weapon.
Drying is a science of patience, measured in digits.
Air is the unseen machine, moving moisture away slice by slice. This is where fruit becomes shelf-stable, without losing its soul. Transformation isn't instant, it's timed.
When the door opens, the process reveals its result.
The slices leave the heat, but the heat stays in them.
Now the product becomes flow again, ready for refinement.
Perfect dryness is not brittle, it's resilient.
Quality isn't a department, it's a habit.
Numbers confirm what the eye can't see.
Nothing is wasted. Everything finds its place. Even the offcuts become value when the system is designed right.
Size becomes a category, and category becomes control.
Automation keeps the pace steady, so quality stays steady too.
Here, machines don't guess, they measure.
Every slice becomes a data point in motion.
Precision sorting happens in fractions of a second.
Nothing stops the flow. Everything finds its correct path.
Robots don't replace care, they repeat it flawlessly.
Color is quality, and quality is enforced at speed.
Even rejection is recorded, so the process can improve.
Packaging begins long before the seal. It starts with controlled tension.
When the flow splits, productivity multiplies.
The product enters its final shape, one tube at a time.
Sealing is the factory's heartbeat, fast and exact.
A code is more than ink. It's accountability.
Once sealed, the product is protected and ready for final perfection.
After automation splits the work, precision brings it back together. Even the smallest flaw leaves a signature. Precision means deciding, without hesitation. Every gram is a promise to the customer.
Before the world receives it, quality must approve it. The lab doesn't guess, it proves. Here, every claim is tested. Standards are the factory's silent contra.
Moisture decides shelf life, down to the decimal.
Stability isn't just dry, it's scientifically calm. Invisible risks are tracked before they ever grow.
If something doesn't belong, it gets traced to the source.
Flavor is tested the way science tests truth, blind.
The final judge is still the human palate.
A seal must survive the whole world. Quality control is the factory signing its name. Now it moves as finished goods, ready to leave the factory. Once released, the product becomes shipment. Storage isn't waiting,
It's controlled holding.
Placement is as important as production because damage starts here. If it's not logged, it doesn't exist.
Stability is protected by environment, quietly, constantly.
The next step is no longer processing, it's delivery.
From storage, the product returns to motion.
This is where the factory meets the world.
A shipment is a journey, so the journey must be monitored.
Every pallet must fit like a key in a lock.
The factory's work ends only when the doors close. Once sealed, the product belongs to the germ.
Paperwork is the final machine, binding the chain together.
A finished product doesn't rest, it moves.
Subscribe for more real factory breakdowns.